guys, so I am here with my son Rex and my husband Kevin, and we decided just to film like my boys getting a haircut. I know that would be kind of, I don't know, different for my channel, but since back to school is basically around the corner, Kevin cuts all of our boys' hair and he cuts his own hair. He's gonna help just, I don't know, show you how we cut our boys' hair. So this is a mop of just hair that
mop.
So,
explain how you do it.
My boys, I like them to look exactly like me because obviously hair is perfection. So I just do a standard fade, so short on the sides and on the top, just finger length with scissors. You can get away with trimming as well with buzzers on the top, but I just like the look of shears. So anyways, I usually start with a 1/4 inch, or I think they also call it a number 2 if you were to go to like some chain hair cutting place. It's about a 1/4 inch. This is actually an 1/8 inch because I don't have a 1/4 inch, and then I just lift the lever here. So there's a little lever that increases it by like a 1/16 or like a 1/4 of an inch maybe. So it's about a 1/4, or about an 1/8, I'm sorry. So it's about a 1/4 grand total, which is what I like to do on the sides and the top. So I go up to about here, and then I fade with a different one I'll show you in a minute. So these are all called guards, and everyone you buy in the store comes with like a standard set of guards, and I'll give you kind of a close-up of all the ones that I use in this haircut here in a second. So basically you take your guard and you slip it onto the buzzers, just like that. Alright, so what I do is I essentially go all the way up to about kind of where the head starts to roll over, and then I stop, and if you noticed I kind of flick my wrist out. You don't want to go over because you basically just give them a crop top. So it doesn't have to be totally, I try to make it as even as possible as I'm going up. So right here, as you can tell, it's a little longer than here, and so I'm going to come up just a little bit here until it's kind of even. You have to remember to cut against the grain of the hair. So if the hair grows here and then grows at this angle here, you have to cut into the hair. Otherwise, you can't really cut it. Alright, so at this point I'm going to go ahead and try to fade from this shorter length into what will then be longer on the top. And so to do that, I'm going to go ahead and switch to the second size guard, which is a 3/8, and I'm going to extend it with this little lever on the side. Some of them have them, some of them don't. If I had a choice, I would use a 1/2 inch, but since I only have a 3/8, I'm going to extend this up, and that'll serve the purpose. So again, you don't want to roll over, you just want to kind of come up and out, concentrating on the fade or the transitioning from the lower length here to the longer length on the top. And what I always like to do is turn him to the front so I can look straight at him. And you can see right along here, let's see if you can see, right along here, if it's really fluffy and it's still long, then I need to go back over it. But if it's kind of a nice even fade up and over, that's what I'm looking for. So you constantly have to kind of look straight at the person and just make sure that it's coming off, because it's hard to tell from the side sometimes unless you've been doing it for a long time. Alright, third step is to take a even larger guard. This is a 5/8, and I'm going to go over the same spot, kind of right here at the peak, just to take off any stragglers that are a little too long. So when you look straight on, if you see any of this kind of overhang, this little ridge here, this is going to clean that up. Alright, so you could tell that I was kind of rolling over on that one, and that's because it's already getting to the length, close enough to the length of what I'm going to cut the top, so it's not going to cause any kind of burr or buzz that I wouldn't want. It's a long enough guard, so you can start kind of rolling it over. And on this side you can see there's still a little bit of a lip or a little bit of a edge that I want to take down. Alright, so now I'm going to focus on the top. I do have some good shears, and I also have thinning shears. Now shears and scissors are two different things, my friends. You want to get shears, they are costly, so if you just got scissors it'll work. So, now I will have this disclaimer. I never went to beauty school. Always wanted to. I think I actually will, just so I can learn the proper way, but I've just taught myself. So I just kind of go right in the center, take a hunk of mohawk here, and just kind of, I'm not doing that. And I just go about finger length, maybe a little shorter. That's just going to be preference though. And I just go straight down the center, and that kind of gives me my reference point. So once you go all the way down the center and you take off what you want, then you can come from the other angle, the other direction, and that shows you kind of your reference. You can see. So once you go right down the center, then you can go from, I kind of stand back and I pull it up, and you can see right in the center where I cut, it's slightly shorter than on these sides here. So that gives me my reference line. So if you go straight across now it's even. And I just continue this line over on both sides. And I just go straight back from there. So you can see where you cut. Your first initial cut was right down the center. And that gives you a reference. Go ahead down there. You can see right here is where it's shorter. Here it's a little longer. I'm just going to take that off so it's even. And then what I do again is come down like the second third of his head. So I went down the middle, come over here and go down again. Finger length again. Finger length means you pull up as much as you can with your fingers, and you kind of cut off what's hanging over, maybe less a little bit or minus a little bit. And it's just preference how long you want your child's hair to be. Alright, so I like to be able to style their hair a little bit in the front. So I would be happy with this length right here.
Hey.
Look up, bud.
Okay.
Alright, and then the last thing I like to do is just comb all the hair forward and just kind of look at this line, see how if it's even. Because then whatever style you're doing, if you're combing it up or whatever, if it's longer on one end than the other, it's going to kind of affect it. This came out to be pretty even, but I like to just come through here and just make sure it looks even all the way across. Even though he's not wearing his hair down, it affects any other style you might want to do. So I just want to make sure that looks even when you comb it down as well at the end. So, alright, so last but not least, the most important, in my opinion, it's like mowing your grass and not weed eating. We're going to trim. I just like to come around the ears, clean that up, any long stragglers like right here. I'm going to clear that up. And then I just kind of shape an edge. So just kind of right at the bottom, just straight across, not too high, but just right where the hair naturally stops growing. Just go straight across there. And then on the sides, I just like to find where the hair naturally stops growing here and just follow that straight down, because a lot of times you can have some overgrowth here in the corner. And we just want to shape that up.
Looks really good, Rex. Looks really good. I have no makeup on. I look.
Yeah, no, I look hideous too.
Now we're gonna go wax our chest. I'm gonna wax my chest. Just kidding. Okay, guys. Well, we just wanted to film this real quick. I hope it was helpful, or maybe if you guys wanted to start doing stuff at home.
Do it.
Anyway, have a great rest of your weekend, and I will see you next time. Bye.